Good afternoon, children. In continuation of my earlier topic, that is energy from the sun. Now I talk about the radiation. What is radiation? When a body gives out energy, it is called radiation. So this is our title. So far I explained what is temperature, why it is so different from place to place. So what is the necessity of temperature, and temperature causes different climatic conditions, weather conditions such as rainfall. So temperature and water are critical for human as well as the living things existence. So now we talk about the energy. So this is energy. What is energy? The ability to work. In simpler terms, energy means the ability to work. When we work in an efficient and effective way, when we have sufficient strength, the strength we have to get it from energy. So many sources of energy is there for the human and as well as the living thing existence. In this lesson we are talking about energy that is coming from the sun. That is solar energy. The temperature what we are experiencing in all seasons is coming from the sun. Without the sun we don't have any existence here. So that's why let us see some technical terms. Radiation. When a body gives out energy, it is called radiation. So many sources of energies are there. If you sit near the fire, it gives some energy, that is heat and light. During winter time, we sit very close to the fire, bonfire, that is during the Sankranti time. So when you are sitting in front of the monitor, that also gives some energy. That is nothing but heat and light. So whenever you watch used cell phone, that also gives some radiation. Radiation is nothing but light and heat. Is it that's all? So many other things are there which we cannot experience. Sun is sending lot of energy. So that is the light and heat. We perceive, we sense it because our sense organs can sense the heat and the light. What about the other things which we can't sense it? They are most dangerous also. So I will write on things: UV rays, ultraviolet rays, which are coming from the sun, which causes so much health problems for us. If ultraviolets are coming directly from the sun, and if there is no atmosphere, our lives will be affected. The vegetation will be affected. So that happens already recently due to the climatic changes, due to the pollution, due to the industrial activity, due to the human intervention in the natural environment. So ultraviolet rays. Next, X-rays. X-rays, radio waves, gamma rays. These are the different energies coming from the sun. But we sense only the heat and light. If there is no atmosphere, even the ultraviolet rays or heat and light also causes damages for our health. So the atmosphere is working like a protective cover under which we are happily living. So that is the advantage of atmosphere. For example, if a nuclear bomb is exploded, Americans dropped two nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in the Second World War. This explosion happened, it is human-made disaster, human-caused disaster. So much heat and light, that is radiation, gamma rays, X-rays, radio waves, all are going in all different directions from the surface of the earth. That should be the same thing with the sun. Sun always send, it is a big nuclear bomb. Sun is a combination of lakhs and lakhs of nuclear bombs which are exploding all throughout its existence. Hardly, there is no gap of this thing. But whatever the sun rays, this rays, very dangerous UV rays, X-rays, gamma rays, radio rays, so much rays coming. If we are allowed, if we allow them to penetrate your body, that will damages your health. Your body will affected and you immediately die. So then still we are surviving. Ultraviolets are coming. So much is filtered by the atmosphere. So this is the how we are surviving. Not only us, so many living things also survive because of the air cover. Atmosphere is filtering and only releasing the quantity which we can bear. So that is the role played by atmosphere. Atmosphere is nothing but a mixture of gases. So you understand radiation. So in this topic we learned, in this term, we are receiving heat and light. That will be very good for our life. Which are dangerous, of course that is also filtered. Heat and light is also filtered. Only the quantity which we can be safe, that is received by us. Ultraviolet rays, X-rays, these are all prevented by the areas, upper areas of the atmosphere. So that's why we are happily living just like a fish under the water. Happily living. If you remove the water, what happens? The fish dies. If you remove the atmosphere, we die. So the atmosphere is protecting us. So we understand radiation. So now sun position. Sun is a huge ball of fire. The gases such as helium, hydrogen are completely in gaseous state. It is neither liquid nor solid, so nor gaseous state. It is a plasma state. In this condition, the atoms of the sun will be broken up and this will be released with great intense speed and power in all directions of the sun. Sun will be radiating. Sun will be radiating in the space all the time. Uniformly same energy is coming. So it is far away from us. How much far away? 8 crores 30 lakhs kilometers. Miles. If we convert it, it is around 15 crores kilometers. So kilometers are more than miles. Americans use miles. That's why I am telling. 8 crores 30 lakhs miles are 15 crore kilometers. So from such a distance, the sun rays are coming, but we are receiving a fraction of it. Such a huge, intense energy is released by the earth in all directions into the space. They are going in all directions. And so many, we cannot measure this distance in kilometers. Distance in space is covered by light years. The time taken by the light in a year's time is called 1 light year. In a year, how much light travels, that is called light year. So the distances in space are measured with light years. Because the sun is very closer, we see the disk. There are so many planets are there. Along with the planet, there are so many stars are there. Planet is solid state, whereas a star is a gaseous state. So it is releases, they are self-illuminous. Planets are not self-illuminous. They reflect what the sun rays receives, and we see the planets during the night time. Because the sun rays are falling on us, they are reflecting back. So that is the energy, the light energy which is falling on other planet and giving reflection. So reflection is there everywhere. So earth also reflects so much heat and light that receives in night time, during daytime, we receive a lot of radiation. So the sun is constantly radiating the same level of energy, but we receive a smaller quantity. We should remember a fraction. It is negligible because our Earth is a small dust particle in front of the sun. So you can imagine, depending on the surface size, the radiation coming from the sun also varies. Jupiter is the largest planet, it gives more radiation. So that is the difference. So now we coming to the other term, insolation. Insolation. Insolation is not a word. Not a word, it is an abbreviation. So I am writing what is insolation. Insolation. It is not a word. It is an abbreviation. I will break it in. Incoming. Incoming, we took only in. Sol. Sol means solar. Solar. Radiation. We are taking sun, sol, insolation. So this is the abbreviation which combined together which expand, it becomes incoming solar radiation. So the amount of heat and light that is coming from the sun is called insolation. Instead of all the time incoming solar radiation, repeating and time consuming, we use only the single abbreviation word insolation. But it looks like an ordinary word, but it is an abbreviation. So what is insolation? We have two terms we learn right now. What is radiation? What is insolation? Radiation is emitting heat and light. When a body gives out energy, it is called radiation. Radiation, we are receiving every day some radiation from sun. So many man-made things like cell phone, TV monitors. When you are sitting near the lights, room lights, when you are sitting behind the fire, and some people who are working in iron and steel company furnace, they release huge 1000 degrees of temperature. This is all called radiation. But ultimately the main source of radiation, energy, is coming from sun. So without sun's energy, the energy from the sun, we can't survive. So understand, incoming solar radiation. So this solar radiation is very limited depending on the size of the planet. So whatever we receive, that is called insolation. But are we receiving the whole income, the earth receiving the incoming solar radiation? Something is reflected back. Something is reflected back. Otherwise we can't survive. Something immediately. I will tell you some of the some percentage. Immediately, right from the morning, the sun rises at 12 o'clock it peak, 1 o'clock it is peak. During this time, incoming solar radiation touching different landforms, different objects, wherever, whether it's our house or road, landforms like hills, mountains, valleys, rivers, oceans. Other than this, radiation also touches the clouds. So what is reflected back immediately? The lighter color reflects more light. If you wear a white shirt, walking in a dark night, even a slightest light, minute light, can somebody sense you are walking in the dark, total pitch dark, slightly you can trace that white color, because white is the maximum reflection. A dark color, black, absorbs all the heat. Here what I am telling is, clouds looks like white color, so they will be reflecting more light. Actually clouds don't have any color, for us it looks like white color. So 20% of the incoming solar radiation is reflected back into atmosphere. So this reflection should be there. మనకు వచ్చిన సోలార్ రేడియేషన్ అంతా మనం రిసీవ్ చేసుకుని మనం చచ్చి ఊరుకుంటాం. So immediately the earth has the ability, the atmosphere has the ability, the landform has the ability to send hazardous levels of incoming solar radiation immediately into the space. So clouds will reflect 20%. So Now we have to presume 100%. So insolation is 100%. Clouds are reflecting back 20%. And water is reflecting, water vapor is reflecting, land is reflecting. So different thing. Dark places cannot reflect much. For example, you take forests. Forests are there all over the globe. Right now the quantity, the thickness, the area covered by forests are decreasing. Wherever the forests are there, the green color, the dark green color of the equator, the leaves are very healthy because of good nutrition and sunlight for longer time. They are more thicker, more taller. They also reflect sunlight into the space, but not that much because green color, dark green is a dark color, so it less amount will be reflected by the forest. Water reflects something, but clouds are up to 20%. I will tell you some other figures. Clouds 20%, and also atmosphere 4%, 6% of the sunlight immediately reflected back. So what I am talking is immediate reflection, coming and immediately going into the space. Next, earth up to 4%, reflect immediately. I am talking immediately. So this, within these three, 24 into 6, 30% is going back within these three things. And something is absorbed also. For example, clouds absorb some 6% heat. So something, land will also reflect clouds and coming together, radiated into space from clouds and atmosphere up to 64%. So this happens in a daytime, during the daytime. So what is not reflected is absorbed. I have told you some percentage of reflection, but something is not 100% is reflected immediately. Something is the absorbed. Clouds will absorb something. Vegetation of forest, grass, plants, trees are called vegetation. That they absorb something. And seas and rivers also receive some water, some heat, incoming solar radiation. So something is reflected, absorbed, something is reflected immediately. Immediately reflected, I told you the figures, which absorbs also, then when will it return back into the space? If the earth receives all the heat that is coming from the space all throughout the day, and it will be deposited here, it will be accumulated here, the next day further accumulation, once again absorption, reflection, something. So earth becomes miserable, not habitable planet. That's why before sunlight everything is sent back, but a few levels of heat is still maintained, otherwise living things will die. For example, you see, so during the night time, you take the winter season. Winter daytime also temperatures are very cool. During the night time, the temperature drops further and further, but some temperature is still there. In our area, the temperature is very high. But in some areas like colder areas, polar region, radiation is very less because absorption itself is very less. Reason is, in the polar region, the advantage with the polar region, this much of heat we are experiencing because duration of daytime is far more during the summer, up to 11 hours 15 minutes. The duration of daytime also plays very important role in absorption of the radiation by the Earth's surface. So insolation is more during the summer season because duration of daytime is more. At the equator, 12 hours a day. There is no change from January 1st to December 31st because at the equator, the sun will be in vertical position. Not 190%. Some people may think all the time the sun will be at 90 degrees. Not like that. At the equator, it will be only 2 days in a year. That is called summer solstice and winter solstice. These are the September 23rd and December 22nd. These are the only 2 days on the equator. There is 90 degrees of angle of the sun. So this is the maximum heat we can expect. Vertical position, then the sun position will change from the next day onwards, like this. So in between 90 degrees and 60 degrees. So this is the angle of variation. At any time, the sun will not come to 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees at the equator. So that is the peculiar condition of the sun position. Naturally here the temperatures are very high. So understand, incoming solar radiation, the level depends on the season also. So that is the topic. So now we are coming to the why some places are hot, like equator. At the equator 90 degrees, 2 days in a month, 2 days in a year. The same thing happens to every part of the world. So next, once again, the sun position will change to 60 degrees. At any season, in any month, of course there are no season at the equator. It will never come below 63 degrees. That's why you wonder how the sun rises at the equator, how the sun sets at the equator. Immediately after the sunrise, the sun will come to your head, top of the head. But the same thing is not with our area. Slightly, slowly the sun rises from the horizon, gradually rises from night. Summer will be different, winter will be different, not much variation is there. At the equator there is no such thing. Immediately sun rises at 7, 8 o'clock. It will go immediately to the some 90, 85, 90 degrees and stay there. There is no question of sun is moving this or that direction. So that's why sun duration of daytime at the equator is 12 hours. So this is the highest daytime. So this is the place where insolation is very highest. When you go to the equator, it is quite opposite direction. Angle of the sun changes. It will be not more than 10 degrees like that. For example, I am telling you, the sun will always be seen just above the horizon, just like this. This is the horizon. The sun will be like this. The sun will never rise above the horizon. What is horizon? Some people, children are sometimes trying to rectify my pronunciation. Horizon. Horizon is not a correct pronunciation. Horizon. It is the correct pronunciation. Horizon is the place, the line which meets the land and the sky. The place where the land and the sky seems to be meeting. They are not really meeting. Can we reach the horizon? It is a mirage. ఎండమాయి తరుపుకుంటా వెళ్తే దూరంగా నీళ్లు ఉన్నట్టు కనిపిస్తున్నాయి డిజర్ట్లో మనకి సమ్మర్లో తార్ రోడ్డు మీద కూడా అలా కనిపిస్తుంది చూసే ఉంటాం. బట్ దట్ విల్ నాట్ బి క్యాచ్డ్. ఇఫ్ యూ అప్లై యువర్ బ్రెయిన్, యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ horizon is there where we are standing. The place where I am standing outside, that is the horizon. So why you run after the horizon? So this is the how the sun. So this is comes under the incidence of sun ray. Angle of incidence. Angle at which the sun rays falling affect the temperature. So this will change time to time depending on the season. So you understand all the topics so far I discussed under the title energy from the sun. So in the next class we will go to the heat balances further and what is extreme climate and moderate climate and other important and interesting stuff. Until then, goodbye and keep your health well. Good. Thank you.